One car accident, no passenger drivers dead.
So? What's this fella's name?
Car was rented in the name of Terence Arthur Kennedy. ID in the wallet confirms that.
Terry Kennedy.
Yeah, I thought it might ring a bell for you.
You didn't know him, did you?
No, it's before me time. Heard about him, though?
I'll do the ID.
No, you won't. Not unless you knew him really well.
Good night. Good night. You're out of luck. The keg's off. Do you want a scotch?
Yeah, okay.
You're working late.
Well, I was still up. Nick got me in.
Oh, tomorrow if you must. Just close the till.
Your ex, Chris. Terry Kennedy.
Oh, yeah? What's that slimy bastard done now?
Died, we think.
Oh. Yes, well...
I've just come from the hospital. We're not 100% sure, but...
What was it? Jealous husband, unpaid gambling debt, drink driving?
Crash on the highway.
Which way was he headed?
This way.
This way. Must have needed money.
The thing is, we've got his licence and some papers, but...
But you need muggins to identify the body. Oh, bloody hell, Tom. He walked out of here 10 years ago. He's only ever been back to hit me for a loan. You could have found 2 or 3 girlfriends out there somewhere. But you don't know who they are, right? But you knew him. You could identify the body.
Well, there is an old tattoo, but it's in a place where I wouldn't have seen it.
You mean his face is... Oh, shit, Tom. Crikey. You walked through that door, that one there. Dad was running the pub then and I was working the bar for him. And he was with this team of shearers and...
Looking for me, as I remember.
Yeah. Looking for his old mate, Tom Croydon. And he walked in here that day and... He was so beautiful, I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, he was a bonza bloke on his day.
If you're a man. And a woman. On his day.
Need him turned over, Tony?
That's him.
That thing hasn't been loaded in 10 years, Chris.
Terry?
G'day, love.
Don't you g'day love me, you bastard! I thought you were dead. I just identified your body. We just had a sort of a wake for you. Getting buried in a couple of days.
That's the best news I've had in years.
I'll have to tell Tom I ID'd the wrong body.
Hang on, love. Let me explain.
Let you explain. You haven't changed one bit. Okay. Okay. In the morning when I'm sober. Now, you can spend the night there on that couch, but don't you come near me in the night or you will be dead.
Breakfast in bed, Chris.
Hungover.
Mount Thomas Police. Yes, could you hold the line, please? Mr. Kennedy from Melbourne says he's the father of last night's fatal. I'll put you through line 2, boss.
G'day, Mr. Kennedy. Tom Croydon here. I don't know if you remember, we met when... Yeah, hang on. That envelope with Terry Kennedy's stuff, how much cash? We met when Terry and me got back from Vietnam. Croydon? Yeah, well, it would have been quick. Do you want us to make arrangements with the local funeral director to get him home?
$230.20, boss.
Mr. Kennedy, your son's dead. Do you want to bury him or not? $230 and you can bloody well whistle for it. What an old bastard. Got enough out of me when he was alive. He'll get nothing from me dead.
You eat well for a dead man.
The way you cook, it's a wonder dead people aren't queuing up at the door.
Well, that's a compliment. I'll be telling Tom I ID'd the wrong body.
Chris, listen to me.
No, I will not.
I didn't ask you to ID that body as me, but now that you have...
That dead bloke had that stupid tat on his bum. I mean, how many blokes have got a tat of an Irish harp on their bums?
Well, 5 that I know of.
5?
Well, the day I walked in here with the shearing team, looking for Tom Croydon. Do you remember? There was 5 of us.
You all had the same tat. You never told me that.
Well, it's just between the team.
That'd be right.
The year before, we all got pissed as newts in St Kilda. All had the exact same ink job. Well, it was a sort of joke.
St. Peter and all the apostles, and I had to marry it. Oh, why was I ever mug enough? Well, who's the dead bloke then?
Bobby Willis. Do you remember Bobby?
Yeah, I do. Oh, look, do the decent thing for once, Terry. Leave now. Go and tell Tom at the station, then tell Bobby's family.
Well, he's got none.
Oh.
Stone cold honest truth, Chris.
Well, I'll tell Tom and he can check.
No! Dinkum, Bobby's got no family. And to tell you the truth, Chris, I'm in a bit of strife.
You, Terry, in a bit of strife? Never.
Well, I borrowed some money from the wrong people. I was on my way here to see you.
Take me for a loan.
When the car crashed and Bobby was dead and pretty hard to identify, well, it was like I was given a second chance. A fresh start. So I took Bobby's bag and, seeing I was so close and wanting to see you again.
ANZAC Day this weekend, Nick. You all busy time?
Well, they'll all be out there.
Yep, weekenders will be up. 3 would have found their houses broken into.
Why 3, Nostradamus?
You know, whatever.
Well, on recent years, at least the pubs will be quiet.
Yeah, my boss in the city says it's happening down there too. I reckon the returned soldiers are just getting too old to fight each other.
You marching this year, boss?
No, Nick. Just the dawn service and breakfast at the pub with the rest of the blokes, and then off for my usual quota of fights.
Sorry, boss.
I can't do another night on this couch, Chrissy.
You don't have to. The window's open. Just don't let me see you there in the morning. And I mean it, Terry. I'm sick of lying to my friends.
You'll never forgive me that one little slip, will you?
I wouldn't have said robbing the till to run off with a teenage checkout chick was one little slip. And there were the others.
Okay. That's it. I'll go tonight. You'll never see me again. You'll never see me again.
Good.
So there'd be no harm in one last time, would there? For luck?
It never brought me luck in the past, Terry.
Hey, you remember me? Yeah. Oh, sorry.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
Lest we forget.
Lest we forget.
Catafalque party, present, arms.
Who called the cook a bastard?
Who called the bastard a cook?
Why do they call the cook a fitter and a turner?
Ah, that's good. Because he fits the food into a pan.
Answer that, McDoherty, and you'll wear it.
Oh, hey, is that her in the desert with a roll back and forth?
Yeah.
Oh, Tom, it's my busiest morning of the year.
I just saw Terry Kennedy at the dawn service.
Bad joke, Tom.
I saw him.
Look, you were with him in Vietnam. Memories coming back. You were seeing things.
The last time I saw things was when my old man took me to see Franklin at the Tivoli.
Well, it can't have been him.
Chris, I looked around, I saw him, but turned around again, he was gone.
A trick of the light, then.
I saw him, he's still alive. That means you've given us a wrong ID. If that was a genuine mistake, then that's bad enough. But if you did it on purpose, then you ran it up to here.
I knew it. I knew it was too good to be true. I knew it. Tom saw you at the dawn service.
Suppose it's natural. Dawn service, old mates. Natural to see things. Trick of the light, maybe.
I tried those on him. He's not an idiot. He knows he saw you. And why aren't you gone?
Because he saw me. I can't hitch a ride. He'll have his boys out looking for me.
So?
So they'd pick me up. I'd be alive again.
Why did you come back for the dawn service? Why?
You wouldn't understand. There were good times. Weren't there?
Yeah. Between the gambling and the drinking and the other women. Yes, there were some very good times.
Boss in yet?
Gonna dock your pay.
Oh, we're not late.
I just saw Terry Kennedy at the dawn service.
Was he wearing a sheet or what?
Trick of the light, mate.
And the first one who says there was imagination or a trick of the light gets thumped. He's either holed up here somewhere or he's on the road hitching. Roz, see if you can find him on the computer.
But Chris was ID'd him. What about the old...
You dancing or asking me a question? She made the wrong ID.
Boss, Chris has been taking breakfast and dinner trays upstairs in the pub. It's not like her.
If he's alive, what's the problem?
I would have thought even a civilian would understand that if we find a dead body, we're supposed to make the correct ID. All right. That is him. If anybody sees him, I want a word with him. Terry Kennedy's pretending to be dead. He's got to have a reason.
Boss.
Hooly-dooly.
$700 in traffic fines. Hardly worth pretending you're dead for.
With Terry, this could be the tip of the iceberg, mate. All right, Nick, you keep an eye out for him on the road. PJ will take the car. We might just get lucky and pick him up.
Boss, this is Chris.
The law is the same for Chris Riley as for everybody else.
It was you that dogged him, Maggie. You and your detective work about the pub.
That bar's full of people that know you.
I'll go nuts if I stay in that room any
I
longer.
didn't ask you, Now get back upstairs.
Come with me, I want to talk.
Oh,
Talk?
well, that'll be a first.
You really think she'd harbour him?
Yes. I don't know, maybe. I've never been divorced. How do people feel about ex-partners?
I know. Never been married.
I was a mongrel to you. I admit it. I look back at that bloke and I don't like him. I really don't. I had you and it should have been enough. I was on my way here to tell you that. Ask for a second chance. And Bobby got killed and sort of set me up with a fresh start.
Look, take your fresh start. Go. No one will hear about it from me.
Come with me. Come with me. Sell the pub. Come with me.
Are you nuts, Terry? This pub's been in my family for 3 generations.
So it's time for change. We can go to the Territory, Western Australia. Sell the pub. Start again. Have the kids we should have had the first time.
Bastard, Terry. Trying to push that
I
one.
mean it. I can see why you wouldn't want to. But the bloke you wanted to marry, the decent part of me, that's still there. And the rest, well, it's slowing up. I reckon I can put that other fella behind me. If I just had you again.
Yes?
It's Tom, Chris. I need to come in.
I'm not dressed.
We can do this with a warrant or without, Chris. But either way, we're going to do it. Come on, open up, mate. You're only making things worse.
What the hell's all this about?
Chris.
Terence Arthur Kennedy?
No, mate. Bill Brown, roofing plumber from St. David's, doing a quote for Chris.
Welcome back to the land of the living, Terence.
I thought we were mates.
We've just done you the biggest favour anyone's ever going to do you. When you come to your senses, you'll agree with me. Look, Chris, it had to be done. If I'd have buried that dead driver as Terry, it would have come out sooner or later. There would have been hell to pay. It could have cost me my career.
Tom, I'm sorry. It's just that whenever he starts talking, my common sense seems to disappear out the window.
He was like that in the army. Talk his way out of anything.
Whoa! Things are looking up. You a detective?
No, I'm not.
Could have had her interrogate me, mate.
I wouldn't go any further with that if I was you. She's the wife of a very fit young constable.
I'll say this for Chris, she can pick him.
You stay away from him.
We could use some tea in here, Mrs. Patterson. Mr. Kennedy takes white and 2.
Yes, boss. Boss's orders.
Terence Arthur Kennedy.
All present correct, sir.
You're in a car that crashed on the highway on Friday?
Was I?
It was rented in your name, your suitcase was in the boot, and your wallet was found in a dead man's pocket.
He could have stolen my car and wallet.
Is that what you're saying happened? Is that what you're saying, Terence?
No, don't look at me, mate. I'm just here for the ride.
Turn out your pockets.
Come again?
I said turn out your pockets.
I'm not scared of you, mate. Take two your size.
Are you scared of going to jail? Because that's where you're going to go if you get up my nose.
I think I might send Patterson in to take notes. That's the constable whose wife you were perving on a moment ago.
Pockets. Robert Wills. And an alias of yours, is it, Terence?
He's my mate.
The dead one in the car? So far we have not reporting an accident, leaving the scene of an accident, and knocking off your dead mate's wallet.
I gave him mine.
Littering.
He's a comedian.
And $700 of unpaid traffic fines. So, you were planning on becoming Robert Wills, were you?
No.
No? What, just knocked off his ID, loaded him up with yours, and dropped out of sight? That's not the actions of an innocent man, Terence.
Most people call me Terry.
Well, that's interesting, Terry. Why would you want to become Robert Wills? Didn't he have as many problems as Terence Kennedy?
Problems? Me? Oh, nice cup of tea. Thank you, wife, for me.
As I hear it, you've always had a whole set of problems, mate. Question is, which one is it this time?
It's the fines.
Disappear over $700. Do me a favour.
May not seem much to you.
Bottom line, Terry. Now, you tell me what I want to know, or I'm going to do Chris Riley for making a false ID on a corpse and aiding and abetting a fugitive. She'll probably go to jail, mate. And if she doesn't, she'll certainly lose her publican's licence.
You wouldn't do that.
I'm doing it now. Well, you had the dead man's wallet. Name was Robert Wills.
Ah, one of Terry's shearing mates. Called him Bobby.
Hey, Jay.
Yep.
You're not really going to charge Chris, are you? Or you're not?
You sure of that?
No.
No.
Maggie, see if you can run down next of kin on Robert Wills.
Oh, he's our daddy, is he?
He's our deceased, Doyle, we think. We are sure he's telling the truth.
Well, they both had the same tat, right?
Oh, yeah, mates.
So Chrissy did make an honest mistake.
Yes.
Is this a man thing, is it? Getting the same tat?
Not this man. Why don't you ask your husband?
Thanks, Constable.
Have you charged her?
Now, let's get back to your ambition to be Robert Wills.
I was concussed. I don't even remember the accident. I woke up in an old shearing shed.
Which shed? Come on, you were a shearer. You worked the district. Which shed?
Old Henderson's.
Henderson see you?
If he had, if he's that tight, he would have charged me rent. You know that.
Okay, so you woke up in Henderson's shearing shed.
I had Bobby's wallet on me. Honest, I don't know how it happened. I didn't know where the car was, so I headed straight for Chris's.
So when was this?
If I was only in Henderson's shed one night. The night after.
So by this time, she'd already ID'd Robert Wills's body as being yours and thought you were dead. Now, when you turned up, did you happen to mention this?
She went a bit crook, yeah.
Went a bit crook.
I know I should have reported it, but I was still pretty concussed.
I'm just wondering why she didn't report it.
Ah, you know women.
Not as well as you do, obviously.
Well, can I go?
You got $700 to pay your fines? Then I can hold you. I can hold you until we get it in the newspapers that you're not dead after all. And then we'll see what hits the fan, won't we, Terence?
Strange to get a beer around here. If you ask nice, yeah. Where'd you get those from? How do you mean?
Well, no, the World War I medals. What are they? Your dad's or something?
There must be a bloody blowing.
Oh, you know, I enlisted in 1917 at the age of 13.
That makes you what, 89 now?
Well, so what?
Well, you look 75, tops.
I was big for my age then. And I'm good for my age now.
You're a liar. You get those medals off there for men who've earned them.
Who's a liar?
Now, listen.
Mount Thomas Police. OK, Chris, yeah. There's a brawl at the Imperial.
Too old, aren't we, Doyle? All right, come on. You two, Wayne.
It's OK. Yep, they're on their way. Bye.
Hey, come on, fellas, break it up, be reasonable!
I didn't get this on, be reasonable.
Come on, break it up.
Oh, bloody look here. They brought in the dog, Scott, Annie Oakley and her mates.
We don't want any trouble here, Mr. Dolan,
That lying old bugger started at wearing medals, so he's not entitled to.
Who says he's not?
Hey, Mick, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
He had it coming.
You've got to be nearly 20 years older than him.
Yeah, but he needed a thick ear and I give him one.
Pigs, you did.
All right, I'm asking you two to accompany me down to the station.
I didn't start.
Shut up! All right, Patterson, you stay here. Make sure the rest of them behave themselves. Come on, you, on your way.
Come on. Keep walking.
Come on, you two, you're in this.
You reckon he sweated long enough? I want to make a phone call.
Do you?
I'm entitled.
Want a lawyer, do you?
I want to make a phone call.
I want the old rooster charged.
If I charge him, I charge you.
Who's a bloody old rooster?
Settle down. See what they want in the way of tea or coffee. Anything but alcohol.
Lock 'em up, boss?
Would you lock up your own grandfather?
My grandfather's younger than these blokes.
I told you to settle down. Now take a chair and tell the nice lady what you'd like in the way of tea or coffee.
Black and no sugar. Thinks he's tough. White and two, please, miss. I'll show you who's tough.
Shut up and sit down.
It's all going in the Gazette, is it?
ANZAC Day special, yeah.
Imperial. Well, why should I, Terry? Give me one bloody reason why. Because I didn't have to pay for your funeral.
Oh, thanks very much, Mrs. Patterson. Here.
Are you giving them my biscuits?
Well, they're ANZACs. They seemed appropriate.
This is not the Kookaburra Cafe.
I always liked Nell's biscuits.
Thank you. You were both in the Western Desert, weren't you?
Well, I was, miss. Well, I suppose he was too, if he says so. But how did you know?
My mum's dad was in the 9th Division.
Ninth Div,
Hey, man, what? Don't tell me you
God
were there.
help Australia, they must have been desperate. Hey, were you at Alamein?
Well, of course I was at Alamein.
If you two
Yeah,
are such
for
good
25
mates again, why don't you go back to the pub where you belong?
Oh, hang on. We will. But not because you told us. Come on, mate.
I want to speak to Terry.
I don't have to let you talk to her.
But where's the harm?
You tell me.
I've put her through so much, mate. I just want to say I'm sorry.
Chris is here.
I'm not letting you talk to her till you tell me why you wanted to switch identities.
Bandit to an SP bookie. I was going to have my legs broke.
Oh, that rings so true. That's got to be a lie.
Cross my heart.
Bring her in.
Oh, can I talk to her alone? If you don't mind. Please.
3 minutes. Chrissy?
$700, you reckon?
If you just pay the fine, they can't hold me. Gives me a running start before the news gets out. I'm still alive.
How much do you owe this bloke?
Too much. Did you think about what I said? About coming away? We could both travel north, change our names. You never divorced me. That's got to count for something.
The nuns got to me young, didn't they?
No, I reckon it's more than that. 10 years? Grouse sort like you. You must have had offers.
Yep.
But still on your own.
Yeah.
You were always the one, you know.
Pay his fines?
I want him released and out of here.
You'll never see the money again, you know that, don't you?
I'm sure you're right.
Chrissy, the traffic fines aren't the problem. He's tried to change his identity and he's involved you in that. Now, that bastard's got you in it up to here, mate. He's already done you enough harm. I don't want you doing time for him.
You really mean that?
We're mates, aren't we?
We need a full statement.
We're pretty busy in the pub right now. Can I do it tomorrow?
All right.
As long as you don't pay his fines in the meantime.
Well, Chris has paid the fines. I'll be out of here.
Sorry, mate. Public holiday. It's hard to organise. I'm gonna have to keep you overnight.
I want to talk to her.
You had your 3 minutes.
Miserable copper bastard.
Yeah. That's what they say about me, all right? This way, Terence.
Righto. $10 in the guts to see him go. I'll take 10. Give him light, give him air. Come in, spinner. Up there. A pair of tails. Who wants the kip? Oh, Annie Oakley's mate. You want to take the kip, son?
Isn't this illegal?
It's ANZAC Day, you're allowed.
I don't know how to do it. I've never done it before.
You call yourself an Aussie. 2 heads you win, 2 tails you lose. A head and a tail, you spin them again. But you can't pick up your money till you've betted them 3 times. You got that?
Okay, so I just give him a toss.
Spinner's got a bet.
Oh, yeah. 5 do?
You know, I've seen blokes start with 2 bob and win 1,000 quid. It's the most democratic game in the world. Oh, can you cover 5? Yeah, sure. Centre's covered. Side bet's done. Give him air, give him light. Come in, spinner. That's what I just said.
Morning.
Hi.
Morning.
This came for you, boss. One of the blokes from St David's Water. Inspector Morrow wants to talk to you about it.
Rightio.
Okay. Hello, can I help you?
Yes, it's about this newspaper article. It says here that my husband was killed in a car accident at Mount Thomas.
Well, there was a fatal a few days back, but...
Terence Kennedy is your husband?
Yes. Well, I've come to claim his body.
We're going to need to get that statement today.
Sure.
There was one other matter.
What?
You and Terry ever get a divorce?
No, I'm not a very good Mick, but I am a Mick.
And Terry never bothered.
I think even Terry would have managed to tell me that one.
Would you like to come down to the station with me? We've got a lady down there who says she married him in South Australia last year.
Bigamy? On top of everything else, bloody bigamy?
Well, he was never very good with figures, Chris, you know that.
Bloody hell.
Would you like me to leave you alone for a minute or two to compose yourself?
No, I'd like you to stay very close, because otherwise I'll kill the bastard.
This way, Terence. Excuse me.
How dare you, Terry Kennedy? How dare you do this to me?
I can explain.
Oh, try.
Well, look, Irene, when I first met you, Chris and I, well, we weren't together. I'd sort of left her.
Sort of?
I meant to get a divorce, but I never quite got around to it. I didn't want to cause a scene.
How you ever talked me into marrying you, I'll never know.
Well, I didn't quite talk you into it, Irene. You remember that? But I'll make it up to you. I've got to go.
Mount Thomas Police.
I'll get a panel
It's for you, boss, Inspector Murray.
We'll put it on the ferry and we'll start.
Where's that envelope?
I put it on your desk.
It's all your mum's fault, actually.
Putting you through now.
Sorry I didn't get back to you sooner, sir. It's just we had this bigamist who's supposed to be dead, and both his wives are here at the station and... Yes. Yes, I'm looking at it now, sir. Well, but before you do that, sir, I'd like to deal with it in-house, and I'll get back to you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Patterson! You shut the door. The editor of the Gazette plays golf with Inspector Murray, and he has just sent him this.
Oh.
Oh, you can do better than that, son.
I didn't know he was going to take a photo.
Every criminal that's ever been caught could have said that.
Yeah, well, Doherty just sort of handed it to me. He's your mate.
Don't blame me. Doherty's an ex-digger. If he plays two up on ANZAC Day, we turn a blind eye. But if he plays two up today, we arrest him. But you are not an ex-digger, Patterson. You are a cop. And you are never allowed to play two up. Do you understand that? Never.
Except in casinos. Well, you can play it now in casinos.
Oh, don't try my patience, son.
No, sir.
Inspector Murray is of the opinion that if this is published, it'll bring the entire force into disrepute.
I'm very sorry. It won't happen again.
No, not here in Mount Thomas it won't. I can promise you that.
Well, couldn't you talk to the Gazette? Couldn't you persuade them not to publish?
We have a free press in this country, son. Inspector Murray wants to transfer you.
To the city?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Personally, I'd ship you out tomorrow. But I'm already one constable under establishment. I'd be losing my lock-up keeper, and I would be losing my clerical assistant. Don't worry, I'll deal with it.
What about the photo? They don't exactly lie.
They don't always tell the truth, either. Oh, get out.
Me and the blokes from the RSL were in the lane beside the Imperial Hotel. Does it matter if it rhymes?
Doesn't affect the evidence, Mr. Doherty.
Yeah. When Constable Patterson, Annie Oakley's mate... Oh, yeah, you can cut that bit out if you like.
Yeah, I was going to do that anyway.
Yeah, well, entered the lane and confiscated the gaming equipment. Yeah, look, you can see in the photo where he grabbed the kip out of my hands.
You have to swear to this, Mr. Doherty.
Yeah, well, me and the bloke upstairs, we've got a bit of an understanding, you know. I give him a fair go and he gives me one.
OK. Entered the laneway and confiscated the gaming equipment.
As can be seen in the photograph taken at that very moment by the Gazette photographer bloke there present.
Good night.
Good night.
So what'll happen to him, Peach?
Eh? Bigamy? Depends on the judge, Chrissy. It's a serious offence. He could do a bit of time.
And me?
Nah. Won't make it to court, mate.
I did harbour him.
Terry's statement says not.
Oh, bloody Terry.
Did he hurt you again?
That'll be the day. Let him get that close, not on your life.
Good. Because you deserve better.
Tell me about it.
I've been thinking.
Oh, yeah?
About you and me?
About...
You and me.
What about you and me?
You know, two people, mature, on their own a lot.
Oh, if only. I got people coming at me 18 hours a day.
And it sort of just, just sort of struck me.
Well, tell me, PJ, before I strike you.
Well, you know, you got your needs and I got my needs and...
And?
Well, you're still a very attractive woman, Chrissy.
Still? Now say for your age and you're dead meat.
No, you are. You are the Tina Turner of Mount Thomas.
Has Tom forgotten to put the bromide in your tea, or is this a bet on with Nick? I mean, what is all
I'm
this?
serious. Look, you're going upstairs to a lonely bed. I'm going to a lonely bed. I'm just saying that I think we could solve it.
And what about all the others, Peach? You gonna roster me in on Tuesdays or what?
If I had a real relationship, I wouldn't need all that, would I?
Have you been fired? Are you looking for a soft billet at the pub here?
No. I'm just... Look, it's just the last couple of days I just sort of realised that you're the most attractive woman in town.
Slow learner, he's only been here 4 years. Look, it's very touching, Peach. It really is. And I thank you for the compliment, but I'm closing up now.
Okay.
So be lovely. Okay. Finish up.
I'll help you. I'll help you close.
Hey, listen, I thought we were mates.
Chrissy, we are mates.
Well, then, don't put the hard word on me. I mean, did you put the hard word on Nick?
Of course not. He's a Protestant.
Well, don't put the hard word on me.
Good night, mate.
Good night. Tina Turner with red hair and freckles. I'll say anything.